Hello and welcome to the Iowa Games Preview Show. I'm your host, Rod Bodholt. On today's program, we'll get you ready for the 2023 version of the Iowa Games, which is not that far away. We'll shine the spotlight on some of the many people and events that make the game special, and we'll let you know how you can be part of the fun. The Iowa Games began in 1987 with only 16 sports and less than 7,000 athletes. Over the course of the past 36 years, over 500,000 athletes have participated in the Games. It truly is a summertime tradition in our state. To put on a summertime event like the Iowa Games, you have to have a great team in place, and the Iowa Sports Foundation has just that. Let's kick things off by talking to the quarterback of that team, Chuck Long. Chuck, of course, is the former Hawkeye quarterback and now the CEO and Executive Director of the Iowa Sports Foundation. His team has had a couple of challenging years, putting the games on during a pandemic, and then last year hosting a national event, the State Games of America. This year should be a return to normal for the Iowa Games team. Here's an inside look at what's in store for this year's Iowa Games.
Let the games begin!
Well, as you mentioned in your opening, this is a summer tradition, and over 500,000 athletes in the Games is simply amazing. This year, the majority of sports in the Summer Iowa Games presented by Grinnell Mutual will take place July 7 to 16 in Ames and surrounding communities. Soccer continues to grow and is traditionally the largest team sport with over 180 youth and adult teams competing. As far as individual sports, track and field and bowling have always been strong in participation. We are excited about the growth in pickleball and archery over the past few years. We also added wrestling, a big staple in Iowa, back into the Games in 2021 and expect participation to rise again this year. We welcome all competitors and we welcome all Iowans to engage in our Iowa Games, to be active and stay active, and we have a sport for everybody. We have high impact sports to low impact sports, so there's something for everybody in our games. That's what we love about it. We welcome all Iowans of all abilities.
The Iowa Games truly does have something for everyone. Up next, a great example of that as we shine the spotlight on one of the more popular events every year, the Iowa Games Triathlon. That story is coming up next.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate, because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real, and Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
What's affordable to her might not be for him. Our means may be different, but our need for energy is the same. And keeping the price for that energy as low as possible is exactly what we strive to do. It's what we've always done. Investments made 10 years ago have kept prices nearly unchanged. Investments made today will help keep prices predictable for the future, with energy that's cleaner, reliable, and affordable for all. An energy future that's American-made. Mid-American. Obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Welcome back to the Iowa Games Preview Show. This year, our sports spotlight shines on an annual favorite that lets you combine 2 or even 3 sports in one. Triathlon and Duathlon Commissioner Jason Wolf tells us more.
My name is Jason Wolf. I am the Iowa Games Commissioner for the Triathlon and Duathlon. I've been doing it for 15 plus years. Started way back when it was up at Don Williams Lake, and then went to Easter Lake, and now we're here at beautiful Big Creek Lake. So enjoyed every year of it. The triathlon here at Big Creek State Park, one of the best parts about being out here is we are further out in the country. We have a little bit more of an open road, have the road to ourselves, for the bike portion, have the park to ourselves for the most part. It is a triathlon event, so it's a swim, bike, and run, and it's a sprint triathlon. It's about a 300 to 400 meter swim, depending on the year and how far the water's out or in. And then it is a 20 kilometer bike, and then it is a 5 kilometer run. The run is all inside the park. The bike goes outside of the park, down some rural county highways, straight out and straight back. It's pretty flat, pretty fast. But the beauty about our triathlon is that it is majorly beginner friendly. We welcome everybody and anybody to our triathlon. You know, inclusiveness for all athletes is what's important with the Iowa Games, and it's important with my triathlon as well. So that's one of the best parts about this triathlon and this location and this space, to be able to do this triathlon here at a state park here in Iowa and be able to present an opportunity for a lot of first-timers to get out and give it a try. It does make it unique that it is a great beginner's try with like a lot of the bells and whistles, meaning it has chip timing. We have a DJ on the beach, we have time trial starts and all that sort of thing. So we have volunteers that are bar none that help out a ton. And we also have a great race management company that really knows what they're doing, that I've worked with for many years, that do a great job, and they help out a ton as well. And then the nice part about it is that we do get a lot of veteran triathletes that show up. And what I love about these veteran triathletes that show up is that they're always offering to help and work with people that are new to the sport. So it includes swimming, biking, running. And so we try to see who's the fittest, because cycling and running and swimming, they're all major endurance events. But the nice part about triathlon is that it gives everybody the opportunity to work on something, to not get bogged down into one specific event. It attracts a lot of people that like to do multi-sport events, do something a little bit different every day. You know, and for the new person that is looking into doing an event like this, like I said, this is a great starter event. A lot of places that people have a problem or a tough time is in the swim. And our swim is very short, close to the edge. We have plenty of kayakers and volunteers out there so that it doesn't take a whole lot of experience, but I highly suggest do put some time in the pool and in the water, but it's a great place to get comfortable with being able to swim in open water amongst 300 of your friends, you know. Selfishly, I'm gonna say probably my most memorable moment is when my assistant race director asked me, she said, "Hey Dad, do you think I could do this for a living and go to school for it?" And she did. And so, yeah, it's probably my most proud dad moment. Yeah, she's graduating from Iowa State with a sporting event management degree. You know, anybody that wants to do something athletic or just give something new a try, if you definitely don't want to get in the water, that's fine. We have a duathlon as well, which is a run, bike, run. Everybody is welcome. We're majorly inclusive with everybody, and we'll find a place for you. And even if you're not sure, I highly encourage you to come out and watch. We have a great venue, a great setup to be able to watch the athletes and cheer on your family and friends. And like I said, we have some of the best volunteers in the sport. We have the Polk County Sheriff's Department that keeps everybody safe on the highway outside of the park. We have tons of people inside the park that helps keep people safe and gets them to where they need to go. So regardless, if you want to do the event and give it a try, or just be here and watch, maybe it'll spark some interest. And there's always knowledgeable people around that you can ask questions to and really get to see how it works. I guarantee you'll walk away pretty excited. I did the very first Iowa Games triathlon when I was 17 years old. And that year, we actually kind of stole from several of the other events in the Iowa Games. We did the swim on a Saturday morning, and then we went out and did the cycling time trial on a Saturday night, and then Sunday morning we ran the 5K. But you could totally tell even then, and it wasn't a huge group of triathletes, but even then there was still people out there with that spirit of being part of something, feeling like you're an Olympian, you're an athlete. And the way that the staff even back then treated everybody, they treated everybody as an athlete. and a VIP. And so that hasn't changed through all the years, and that's the one thing that I've worked at really hard as a commissioner of this sport, is that regardless of who it is that's coming on board, whether they be a volunteer or a helper or they're an athlete out in the field with the Iowa Games Triathlon or Duathlon, that they're part of something bigger than themselves. It's a pretty cool opportunity for everybody to be involved with.
Sounds like a great event to check out this summer at Big Creek State Park. Time for a quick timeout right now. When we come back, we'll visit with a new member of the Iowa Games team. Stay with us.
Sports. It's not about the wins and losses. It's about heart, desire, competition, goals, leadership, and passion. Find your passion at the 2023 Summer Iowa Games presented by Grinnell Mutual. This summer, thousands of athletes will join in the tradition of the Iowa Games. Find your sport and register now at iowagames.org.
Welcome back to the Iowa Games Preview Show. There are many important people behind the scenes at the Iowa Sports Foundation that help make an event like this run smoothly. One of them is certainly Aaron Hughes, the new Director of Sports and Competition for the Iowa Games, and he's excited to bring his experience and passion to a great summertime event.
I'm Aaron Hughes. Grew up on the eastern side of the state in the Quad Cities. What brought me to the Iowa Games is kind of a long journey for me. I primarily been municipal parks and rec positions all across the state. So I did a little bit of work when I was going to college in Bettendorf, and then moved over to work with the Iowa Cubs for an internship, and then the Des Moines Parks and Rec Department. Got most of my experience in Sergeant Bluff, so I've kind of touched a little bit of each part of the state, and I think that's been a really big driving force to be successful in this position too. So looking forward to maybe rekindling those relationships from each part of the state, and that's what I'm really excited about. What attracted me to the Iowa Games is really the camaraderie that you see throughout. Just helping people be active in a competitive setting has always really been something that I'm passionate about. So that was really a big driving force for me to kind of pursue this position. So growing up, I played a wide variety of sports. So baseball, soccer, basketball, cross country, and track are the ones I played the most. So really seeing track, the cross country race, the triathlon, probably the ones I'm most comfortable with. Really excited to see the ones that I'm not so familiar with. So the fencing, the strongman, some of the more unique, smaller niche sports. Really excited to see how those go. I think we're one of the states that offers a wide range of all our sports. So it's just really cool to see what our state gets behind and is passionate about, so we can serve so many more people. Trying to reach as much of the Iowa population as possible, and then even the surrounding states that come to visit during our summer games has really been exciting to me, and see what all we can offer them. My overall goal would be to have a smooth, successful event. If there's questions, that we have volunteers that are informed through the process that can answer those questions, or to be available. But that's always the biggest part for me for any event for a community or large-scale events, is to make sure that all those little things that people might not notice are taken care of, so that we have that smooth, successful event. I think there's a great aspect of competition, especially healthy competition, and I think the Iowa Games addresses that we can compete and still come together in celebration of our different sports and what we find passionate with our skills. So I think that any healthy competition is always fun, especially to be active. We offer sports that, even when you guys get older, active seniors has been a fantastic thing to see, and keep the state healthy and active.
Really good thoughts from Aaron, and they provide a great transition to our next segment. After the break, we'll talk about why University of Iowa Healthcare is a perfect match for the Iowa Sports Foundation. Stay with us.
When it comes to your health, you need the full picture.
It's important to get the right diagnosis and the right treatment right from the start.
Nothing can compare to that.
We offer options and research and clinical care that isn't available anywhere else in Iowa.
We really have here world-class healthcare right in your backyard.
From a treatment perspective, from a research perspective, anything that I need to better my patients, the university provides.
This is why we become a doctor.
Together.
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 Together, we're University of Iowa Healthcare.
Tickets on sale now to see Kenny Chesney live in concert during the Hy-Vee IndyCar Race Weekend Concert Series at the Iowa Speedway. Saturday, July 22nd, see country legend Kenny Chesney. Also on Saturday, see Carrie Underwood. And Sunday, July 23rd, see Zach Brown Band and Ed Sheeran. 1 ticket per day gets you into a race and 2 concerts. Tickets on sale now at HyVeeIndyCarWeekend.com.
Welcome back to the show. Many wonderful corporate sponsors help make all of the Iowa Sports Foundation events possible every year. And University of Iowa Healthcare is an ideal fit to remind us all how important it is to stay active and be healthy.
So University of Iowa Healthcare and the Iowa Games have been partners for the past several years. There's been a great partnership because as the only academic medical center in the state of Iowa, we seek to serve all Iowans, and our mission is to care for Iowans regardless of their ability to pay. We seek to address those community health needs, things like childhood obesity or mental health issues. And so the partnership is great because we want to find partners that can address health and well-being, and that's exactly what the Iowa Games does, look to get people physically active and moving. As the only academic medical center in the state of Iowa, we're serving patients from all 99 counties, and we're training the next generation of healthcare providers as well. So through those things, we are treating patients not only in Iowa City, but in locations across the state of Iowa. We also get referral patients as well. And what we're finding is that on average, about 2,000 of our patients are waiting to be transferred in to see us because we're the highest level of care that can be seen. And we want to keep people in Iowa, but we can't serve all of them. So some of the things that are happening is we're really looking at expanding. And so we have a new academic medical center being built in North Liberty. We also have a new inpatient tower that's being built in our main campus, and then have different specialty clinics across the state of Iowa so that Iowans can stay close to home when they are seeking care. And if they need more specialized care, we can provide a place for them in Iowa City. The idea is if people can be healthy and have well-being as part of their life from the very beginning, hopefully they don't have to see the specialty care and they don't have to come see us for other illnesses and things. And so if we can do a lot of prevention and health and well-being messaging and education, it makes sense. And so to serve Iowans and hit people in rural communities and all over the state of Iowa and help to educate them, this is a great partnership where we want people to be healthy, we want people to not have to get to the hospital. So encouraging them to do exercise and have healthy habits is really a core driver of what we do. I think that we're a trusted healthcare provider for families and for Iowans, that when they see University of Iowa Healthcare, they know that that's going to be some of the best care that they will ever receive, that we're here to help even with their own provider locally. Yeah, there's a lot of good options. I would probably have to go with basketball because I played as a youth and I love the sport of basketball, and I still try to shoot around when I can, and now I just try to keep up with my kids. They don't slow down, they definitely keep me active. Let's hope basketball would be one I could still play. When we think of the workforce and we think of the changing environment and things, jobs that we have today may not exist in the future, and there are future jobs that don't currently exist. And so we are trying to stay ahead of looking at those things and looking ahead into the future of how do we build that workforce, how do we keep students and kids excited in science, technology, engineering, math, so they want to pursue fields in healthcare, fields in science and research. And so we do a lot of programming and work across the entire state to get students excited to understand the science and health of things. But with that, there's also that consumer literacy, understanding how their body works, understanding when they're participating in sports, what causes injuries and what foods they should be eating to help be the best athlete that they can be. So we like to do a nice combination of those things while we're getting kids excited about thinking about careers in healthcare and medicine. They also can be understanding how to have the optimal health that they can have as they grow into an adult as well.
A big thank you to Jackie and everyone at University of Iowa Healthcare for their continued support of the Iowa Games. Stay with us on the Iowa Games Preview Show. When we come back, we'll visit with the Director of Marketing at the Iowa Sports Foundation, Corey Kennedy. That story is coming up next.
At Iowa State, innovation is dynamic. It's collaborative. It's inviting ideas from all corners and working across disciplines. Because we've learned when ideas are shared, we all benefit. Innovate at Iowa State.
At Mediacom, we believe that whether you live here, or right here, or way out in the middle of anywhere, you should have access to fast, reliable internet. That's why we were one of the first to bring gig speeds to every customer we serve. Why we're blazing new paths to bring fast internet even further. And why we're leading the way in developing one of the nation's first 10G platforms. It doesn't matter where you are. With Mediacom, you're always moving forward.
If you've ever seen an Iowa Games program like this, or even seen a 30-second commercial for the games on TV, you might have wondered who's behind all this, telling the story of the Iowa Games. Our next guest is the answer to that question. Let's hear from longtime marketing director for the Iowa Sports Foundation, Corey Kennedy.
I've a lot of memories with the games. I remember one of my first events, I had to be in a bear suit in our TV commercial, so that's always a memory that I'll cherish. Jim Hallahan said, "You're it," so I did it. You know, as a young employee, you kind of did everything you were asked. And I mean, over the years, just seeing all the athletes and the opening ceremonies and the athletes and getting their medals and the joy on their faces, that's really, I guess that's why I'm still here. Youth sports has definitely changed over the past, 15, 20 years, and the Iowa Games is still there. It's still the grassroots event, and it really hasn't changed much, but it has evolved. It's bigger, it's better. When it originally started, we only had 16 sports. Now we're up to 40 plus sports. More athletes, thousands of athletes from Iowa and some of the surrounding states. And so it continues to evolve in that way and continues to be a tradition around the state. The best way to get involved is visit our website, iowagames.org. Go there, check out your sport. All the sport information is on there, and you can register online. And if you don't want to register online, you can always give us a call or send us a message on any of our social media pages, and we'll be sure to help you get registered. The main weekend, it really starts Wednesday morning. We're here 6 a.m. Some sports start on Wednesday or Thursday, but the more sports start on Friday. And we're here sun up, sundown kind of thing, getting events ready, venues ready. And also, when the sports are happening, we're going out and about, seeing sport commissioners, making sure everything's okay. You might see myself or Carly running around taking photos or videos at different sports, just trying to be out and capturing all the action of the games. It's a lot of fun, it's exciting, and you're just hoping everything's going smoothly, and it typically does. Every once in a while you have some fires you have to put out, but once it gets rolling, it's like a snowball, and it just keeps rolling down the hill, and we enjoy it and we love it. I know, like our whole team, that's why we're here, and we put on this big event for everybody.
And Corey and the team are already busy as the 2023 games are not far away. Stay with us. We'll visit with Chuck Long one more time when we come back. He'll talk about other ways that you can be involved in the Iowa Games.
We are Wellmark. What makes us different makes us great. We are based in the communities we serve. Unlike our competitors, we are owned by our members rather than a distant stockholder. This means we focus on our customers, not our stock price. Since our beginning, we have worked to shape the healthcare industry through innovation and leadership, helping people take control of their well-being and improving their lives.
Every sunrise offers new opportunities to dream big or to take that next small step. Every sunrise is another chance to build on the one before or to start with a clean slate. Because every sunrise is tomorrow's promise made real. And Grinnell Mutual is tomorrow's promise protected. Trust in tomorrow and contact a Grinnell Mutual agent today.
Welcome back to the Iowa Games Preview Show. We know it takes exciting sports and a lot of energetic athletes to make the Iowa Games a fun event every single year. But really, this Iowa tradition would simply not be possible without the hundreds of volunteers who truly make it all go. Here's Chuck Long with more.
Well, volunteers are so important to the games. Volunteers range from sports commissioners, officials, and athlete check-in volunteers. Discover Ames, a longtime gold sponsor, helps to recruit many of the volunteers. If you'd like to volunteer, you can visit iowagames.org/volunteer to learn more. I would like to say thank you to all the athletes, sponsors, donors, supporters, participants, commissioners, and volunteers who are involved in the Iowa Games. Your commitment allows us to continue to be one of the largest state games organizations across the country. And don't forget to visit iowagames.org to register for the 2023 Summer Iowa Games presented by Grinnell Mutual.
And we wish Chuck and his team the best of luck as the countdown is on to the 2023 Iowa Games. Sign up today to participate or volunteer so you can be part of the fun. Thanks again for watching our preview show. Have a great summer and enjoy the Iowa Games. We leave you with a sincere thank you to the many great supporters of the Iowa Games.